Morning students, as we have already read the poem Rain on the Roof, I have explained the meanings of 3 paragraphs. So now just have a focus on the rhyme scheme and the poetic devices of this poem. So as you can see that there is no rhyme scheme in this poem. Why? Because these last words of every line, they do not rhyme into each other. So these lines, where those lines which do not rhyme with each other, that poem is called free verse. Free verse means there is no rhyme scheme here, no rhyme scheme pattern is followed here, so it is a kind of a free verse. Okay, you can see that hovers, fares, darkness, tears below, bed, patter overhead, they do not rhyme with each other, so that's why this is called free verse. So now come to the poetic devices. Poetic devices here in this poem is used. First of all, it is alliteration. Alliteration is the repeated sound of consonants. You know consonants and vowels very well. So alliteration refers to the repetition of consonants here. So in a very first line you can see that humid and hover. You know H is here also, but H sound is not prominent here. When, it is when, but here it is her and it is also her, humid. So here repetition of H consonant, so it is alliteration here. Here it is alliteration, starry fares and press below, and here busy, being. There will be so many of other words like darling, dreamer, so you can point them out and you can refer here as alliteration. There will be more other consonants here there which will be rhyming to each other, which will be common, so you can point them out and you can write it out as alliteration is used in this paragraph or in that paragraph. And the next poetic device is here in these 2-3 lines, personification is used. I have already told you what do you mean by personification. Personification is providing a living being's traits to non-living thing. When we provide the qualities of living thing to some non-living kind of things. So here melancholy, darkness I have told you here means night. So a night cannot be melancholy. Melancholy is a humanly trait. Melancholy means to be sad. We human can be sad, but sky or night cannot be sad. So here darkness, night is being personified here. Darkness is personified here. Why? Because it is referred as melancholy. And in next paragraph, gently weeps in rainy tears. Here also clouds are personified, or you can say night is personified. Why? Because it is crying tears. Night cannot shed tears because it is non-living thing. Okay, it cannot shed tears. Human beings can shed tears, so it is also personified here. So second poetic device is used here is personification. So personification and alliteration is used here. And here refrain, there is a word here, refrain. Refrain is also a poetic device, but it is not used here, only the word is used here. So what is refrain means? Refrain means, it is written here, repetition of words, phrases, lines in a poem. When a particular word, when a particular phrase, or when a particular line is repeated again and again in the poem, that is called refrain. Okay, so here there is no such line which is repeated again and again, but there is a word, so you should know the meaning of refrain. Okay, that's all for the poetic devices and the rhyme scheme. Next, come to the questions now. Thinking about the poem, part 1. What do the following phrases mean to you? Discuss in class. First is humid shadows. Humid shadows, I have told you. Humid means moist. Shadows here, cloud. Moist clouds, moist dark clouds, you can say. Starry sphere. Sphere is referred here as sky because sky is round in shape. That is why it is referred here as sphere. So sky full of stars. And what a bliss. What a bliss, I have told you the meaning of bliss. Eternal happiness. Fourth is 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start. It means that thousands of the fantasies starts to take place in busy beings, in busy human beings' heart. Why? Because however busy we are, we would take a notice of a rain for just a while or for just a second. We would do it. Then 1,000 recollections weave their air thread into woof. I have told you the meaning of woof. Okay, so 1,000 recollection, thousands of memories came into being when we listen to the sound of rain. Next question is question 2. What does the poet like to do when it rains? What does poet like to do when it rains? Poet like to just sleep on a chamber bed, press his head to the pillow and listen to the sound of a rain. And what is the single major memory that comes to the poet? Who are the darling dreamers he refers to? Major memory. Whose major memory? Major memory of his mother. His mother's memory is major memory for him, that her coming into his dream. And darling dreamers are referred here to the little children, and including him, because his mother would like to come into his dreams, and she would leave him before dawn, before morning, and she will come to wake him up. Okay. Next is the poet now a child? Is his mother still alive? So no, poet is not a child now, and his mother is not alive. It is just her memory which keeps coming to him again and again. And yes, then second part, first question. When you were a young child, did your mother tuck you in as the poets did? So yes, when we were all child, our parents used to tuck us in the bed, to make us warm and comfortable. So everybody's parents have done this. So you can write it on your own. Do you like rain? What do you do when it rains steadily or heavily described in the poem? So everybody likes rain. It is up to you. You are going to write this question in your notebook, and you have to do it. Does everybody have a cozy bed to lie when it rains? Look around you and describe how different kind of people or animals spend time, seek shelter, etc. during rain. So no, we can say that everybody do not have a cozy bed to lie when it rains. Cozy means comfortable, warm. So you can see that animals obviously they do not have a bed. So what they used to do, they just roam into streets. They're just standing somewhere, standing in the shed or standing under the tree, and they were just standing there, drenching in the rain. And some of the people also, they do not have home to live in. They do not have shelter. So what do? They will be just sitting in the shed, or they will also be sitting in the trees, under the trees, and that's how they used to escape from the rain. So everybody on this earth, whether human or animals, they are not so lucky to have cozy or comfortable bed. So you can write it by your own. These 3 questions you have to do it on your own, and you have to do them. So do these all questions in your copy, write them neat and clean, and also mention these 2 extra questions for you. You have to mention them in your every poem, the rhyme scheme of the poem and the poetic devices used in the poem. You can write down the alliteration. I have given you the definition, repetition of the sound of consonants. Okay, so then you will mention all the consonants used in the poem. You can find them on yourself. I have pointed out some of them for you. And then the personification I have given you the definition. Personification is to provide the qualities of living things to the non-living things. Okay, and you have to mention that where this device is used here in the poem. That's all for now.